live and direct from the new planet Earth. Where pandemics are plenty, but the girls are still pretty in fashionable dresses. You know what I'm talking about. Where ignorance is bliss. You ain't gotta give a damn about no code.
Tell me who unleashed our animal instinct. Why the op standing there tickle pink? Have a drink, walking them up liquor. Shot of poison, one thicker. Somebody got some explaining to do. And the classic man is a danger to you. And me too, tatted on my forehead. Go home, go to bed. Yeah, I dread something wicked this way come. When the family unit is overrun. When the structure is undone by some new concoction. Now I walk softly and carry a big stick. Original gorilla in the midst.
Welcome back to another edition of the Franchise Podcast. I'm Joe Rico. With me is my brother, TQ.
Yep. Appropriately dressed. College football is back. Fight on, Zach.
Man, tell me Zach didn't do his thing. No, I was thinking about this. Is that the greatest USC debut from a freshman in the school history? Because I think about R.J. Soward, his freshman year, when he caught for like 3-something but that wasn't a debut. Zach came out there, 2 touchdowns, 258 total yards. Zach Branch showed why he was the best high school receiver in the country last year.
He did that. Chime in. Come on. I know we got some SC fans out there. Hit us up and let us know who had a better debut than young Zach last week. Look, I was proud, man.
Me too.
Proud of that dude, man. He came out there and did what he's supposed to do. Looks like one number 5 who used to do the same thing, my friend.
You know what's funny is I was watching the game, the first part of the game with Greg Ivory from Bleacher Report. And right before Zach's first catch, I go, hey, number 1, because they showed him coming in, right?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, in 3 years, that's a Heisman candidate right there. And he's like, really? Catches the touchdown.
Yeah.
I go back to change because I was going to go to the Liberty St. Louis game with Greg. I come back out, and my phone is blown up with all my SC people like, Zach's, oh my God, Zach's going nuts. And I was like, what did he do? And he did Zach Branch things.
He's the truth, man. He's the truth. Quarterback is the truth. Team looks good.
Defense
I'm worried
needs
about
improvement.
the defense. Worried about the defense.
But hey,
here we go again.
They got UNR this week.
Oh, yeah, they do, don't they? Stomp a mud hole in them.
One of my friends was on the coaching staff.
Is he?
I was texting him. I'll show you the text last week.
We're going to have to take him out for a drink or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're good when we go down there, by the way. and anyway, I said, hey, beat UNR because I hate them.
Oh, you talking about on SC?
Yes, SC staff.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
So let's get into the show. All right. It's cut down day as we record the show. Today's the day the NFL drops down from 80 to 53 players. The Raiders had some interesting cuts.
Yes.
One of the cuts, or 2 of the cuts, is guys we touched on last week.
Yes.
Keenan Cole.
Yep.
Philip Dorsett.
Yep.
That means our guy Tucker made the team.
That's what it seems like. That's what it's looking like. And I mean, like we said last week, man, they're gonna have a hard time cutting that dude. He's a beast, man. I think he's gonna contribute. I think he's going to contribute early and often. I think he's going to get some PT.
Yeah, they also cut Gabbert, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Gabbert out of Cal, former Cal quarterback.
Yeah.
I found that interesting just because he's just a guy that, you kind of come in kind of late, but they know who they have with Hoyer. They drafted O'Connell, and obviously my guy, Jimmy G's the starter.
Green Bay is trash. Listen, the Green Bay Packers are trash.
Here he goes.
Absolutely garbage. Best thing that Jimmy has done for me in all of his time playing football is make it a point to regularly beat the Green Bay Packers. Good job, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
Back to you.
I got Jimmy. I got the platters for us when you're ready to go, buddy. I got a couple spots for it. But anyway, looking at the team, it just seems like Zamir White has cemented himself as the number 2 running back behind Josh Jacobs, who is back.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going to give you credit, but you got to say we were right, because I said it too.
I'm not saying nothing about we. I'm not talking about we.
No,
I'm talking about me right now. I said when he was coming back. I said how much he was coming back for. I may as well could have just sat down on the couch and had a talk with Josh and then brought the information to you guys. Bottom line is, the man is here. He's wearing number 8. He's going to take the team up a notch all the way around. I'm sure folks probably got a little worried, you know what I'm saying? Raider Nation a little worried. Don't worry. Offensive side of the ball is going to be fine.
All right, so do you have any cuts that you thought was maybe a little surprise?
I can't say I was surprised I saw it coming, but at the beginning when they picked up Dorsett, I thought he would be a good addition to the team. I thought he was going to be able to do some things. His skill set, this offense, I thought he was going to be all right, but he's not. He's out of there. But I mean, they still, and I feel bad for Keelan Cole, man. It just seems like this just keeps happening. Like I feel like he's a good player. I feel like he's a talented player. But for whatever reason, man, he just can't make the roster for some reason.
Well, he got dinged up at the Cowboy game last week.
Yeah, he did.
So I think it was an ankle or maybe a knee, got coming down with the ball, trying to make a cut. Yeah. What surprised me was the trade they made with Kansas City. Trading the D tackle for, I believe, a mid to late round pick.
6th rounder or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of surprising because why would they trade with the Chiefs?
I don't know. Maybe they know something that we don't.
Hey, Chiefs, you got a D lineman that's holding out that I think a couple teams would kind of like. And I think he looked really good in silver and black. If you don't want to pay him, I know Mark Davis would love to pay him.
He'll take him. Yeah, we'll take him. Yeah. Do us right, man. Don't give Chris Jones a dime, Chiefs. Don't give him nothing. He doesn't deserve it.
Hey, so
did play the Cowgirls. Got a loss on the preseason.
But you're playing the threes. You're playing your 3s and 4 guys that are going to try to. No starters played really.
Yeah, but I mean, I still had to hear it from my family members and all my folks down south.
Oh, wait.
It was a damn Super Bowl.
Wait. I'm glad you brought that up, Squeezer McSqueeze. For so long, all I hear about is Jordan Love's trash. They traded too much for Jordan Love. You had Aaron Rodgers. You shouldn't have traded anything up for Jordan Love.
Who are we talking about?
Hold on.
What
But
does
the
Jordan Love have to do with
49ers go and trade 3 first-round picks and a third. One of those first-round picks could have been Micah Parsons. Give him almost $30 million in the last few years, only to drop him or to trade him for a 4th-round pick. You talk about colossal busts. The geniuses in San Francisco aren't so geniuses anymore. Not to mention, you let go, what was Brunson Buckner, the big defensive tackle you traded to the Colts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you drafted Kinslaw from South Carolina, who's been a bust.
Who's been hurt.
And he's been a bust because he hasn't played. He's a bust. That being said, when I sent the text to him, the most famous 2 words in our company was sent back to me. And Trish, you can beat this off. I got told.
Yeah. I mean, you get told out a lot.
We say to each other.
You should hear a lot all the time. The bottom line here is, if you're the 49ers, you can afford to mess up once or twice. Why? Because you're always in the NFC Championship. You're always playing for a Super Bowl. You're always competing in your division. If you're somebody who has Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, why are you drafting another quarterback? That's still just stupid. It's stupid. The Trey Lance thing was stupid. Honestly, it's not the pick that was so stupid. It's trading him when they traded him. Now, that was dumb. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
He was in his feelings.
The 49ers have who cares? Go sit on the bench and be on your feelings because we're going to need you. Why? Because every year the quarterbacks get hurt and we have to use a 3rd stringer. You're the 3rd stringer, which means you're probably going to be starting in the NFC Championship game. But now you're going to be in Dallas, sitting behind Dak at home.
Trigger alert, trigger alert.
It is what it is. You should have kept Trey Lance. That ain't what this is about. My co-host here always takes things and turns them that way. We're supposed to stay on point right here.
We're talking about the Cowboys.
The Raiders.
He's now a Cowboy.
This is about the Raiders. It's not about the Cowboys.
It happened before the Raiders played the Cowboys. So it is tied in with them being the Cowboys, picking up a young backup quarterback that gives them 2 years.
Did he play?
No, he just got there.
Okay.
Gives them 2 years of bring to see what he's about before they decide they want to move on from Dak Prescott. And I'm just saying, the Cowboys, for a 4th-round pick, you can't be mad about that.
If Trey Lance can play, can't be mad about it. But if he can't, then he can't.
But let's look at it, Cowboys still going to suck. So
garbage.
All right, so let me ask you this now. Let's have some real talk, realistic expectations for the Raiders. What are some realistic expectations for the Raiders this season? And I don't want to hear about getting Caleb. We're not talking about Caleb. I'm not talking next season. We're not talking about, off season.
Don't tell me what to
We're
talk
talking
about.
the regular season, which starts in a week and a half.
You see how I'm dressed? I want Caleb. I haven't changed. I want Caleb, okay? That being said, I cannot believe from what I've seen in camp practice these preseason games that the starting defense on day one is not going to be better than the last 5-6 years. Definitely the best since they've been in Vegas.
I agree with
for
that.
sure.
Yep.
I also, like I said in the beginning, this wide receiver room, I believe, is going to be hell in this particular offensive system. I think that for all of the drama and all of the bitching and moaning that we did last year about this whole change, I think we'll be able to see pretty fast what Mark Davis was seeing when he picked these guys to come in and run this team. That system, when you got the right guys in it, it's hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat. And I get it. The majority of it we've seen with Tom Brady in the quarterback spot, but just the switches and the changing, and it just drives the defensive coordinator, drives a linebacker and a safety crazy.
Right.
So, those two things, I think that this scheme, he's finally getting guys to play his scheme, the kind of guys that he needs. And I think, in the Patriot way, we'll have a better defense than we've seen around here in a long time.
When I look at the Raiders this year, I see a team that on paper may not impress a casual fan, but I see a team that football people will like. They'll see a quarterback when healthy. All playing aside, Jimmy G is I would say top 12 quarterback.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, when he's healthy.
Yeah.
They have a receiving core that has the best receiver in the game, one of the best slot receivers in the game. They have speed, they have size, they have a tight end room that is multi-dimensional. You have the big, tall with Austin Hooper, and you have a prototypical old school guy that you can still flex out.
Yeah.
With Michael Mayer. I look at an O-line that's not bad, a D-line that finally has depth, edge rushing, a secondary that is much improved. I see the Raiders as a team that my expectations for them to finish second in the AFC West. I believe the Raiders will be the runner-up to the Chiefs in the AFC West. And look, if something should happen to Patrick Mahomes, I don't see the Chiefs winning that division. So
not under those conditions. But I will say this: the offensive line by the end of the season last year, we felt pretty good about them.
Oh, we did.
Right, compared to what we saw in training camp to when they finally started to figure it out. And I think a lot of people are expecting them to be as good or better this year. I want to throw this little caveat in there, though. Derek Carr gets the ball out of his hands faster than most people. Jimmy will hold the ball waiting for the play to develop.
I'm glad you said that.
And I wonder if that little part right there may knock the offensive line's production back a little bit. And if it does, that's going to be a problem.
I wish I had the numbers in front of me or the clip. But I think it was Mina Kimes did her research. Statistically speaking,
She's a researcher.
She's great.
Beast. Yeah.
And Mina, for all Derek getting the ball out on time, was one of the lowest rated passers in the NFL last year. Everything that he was supposedly good at, he was near the bottom last year in the NFL. And the things he wasn't good at, he was medium of the NFL, medium tier of the NFL.
He went to an opposite system.
So
what about the years prior to that?
Okay, but I'm talking about this. We're talking about the same system.
Okay.
So if we're talking about system to system, it's Jimmy G to Carr, and I think Jimmy G, he may hold the ball a little bit longer.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Carr's scared.
I'm not
getting the ball out of there quick. Not only that, Carr had PSD for never having an offensive line worth trash.
But you just said last year the offensive line was much better.
They got progressively better when they learned the system. Derek Carr bucked the system, wasn't necessarily trying to learn it, and in the times when he was trying to learn it, fell back into his old habits. So
So I guess my point is I think Jimmy G, being that he knows the system, being that he's more acclimated to the system, and
think that'll make up for
that's
it.
going to make up for it. He can help direct people where to go. So
Possibly.
win prediction, what do you got this year?
What I want or what I got?
Well, what do you got? I know what you want. 2 wins. The Chargers and the Chiefs. That's it. Then it's fight on Caleb.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say 8-8, man. I'm gonna say 8-8, right in the middle.
Well, it can't be 8-8 because there's 17 games.
Well, 8-9, 9-8, one of those. I feel like he's still building. At least now I see what he's trying to do as compared to what it was last year. I don't think that they're finished yet. I think they did a good job in finding their type of players, but if you're looking at the way the Patriots did things, they need another draft, I feel like. And then, again, man, I'm about the AFC West being, like I say, it's the attrition division. Like, it's just not easy to navigate through that division. I think the Raiders are going to lose a lot of games there.
For me, 10-7, 11-6, one of the two. And I'm just going to point this out before we move on to UNLV football. I am so glad you said just the 2 wins, because that means one of those losses is coming to Green Bay on Monday night.
Oh, so you're hoping for a loss? You're hoping for the Raiders to lose?
I'm a Green Bay. That's the fan in me speaking.
So you're hoping for the Raiders to lose on Monday night?
What did you say when they played?
At Allegiant Stadium.
What did you say when they played each other? Your 2 teams played each other?
I don't care. I don't never hope
You're
for a
happy.
Raider
Hey,
loss.
I'll be happy either way.
Yeah, naturally.
But you said, I'm talking about, you said the 2 wins. You said the 2 teams.
No.
I didn't
This
put the
has
words in your
nothing
mouth.
to do with draft
you put
picks
your
or none of
words
that.
in your mouth.
You
I just repeated your
just
words. You've been holding it for a couple
that you
weeks.
want the Raiders to lose, and this is why every week I go in on Green Bay.
No, I'm
Because
just
this
I'm
is
glad
what
you didn't
this is
say
the
that.
thing, everybody. This guy is a fraud.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
not a fraud. I
he's
make
a
no
Green
bones about
Bay.
it.
He's a Green Bay fan. Whenever the cameras aren't on, he's Green Bay. Look him up. He's on different.
I
he's
talk
on
about
Green
it.
Bay podcasts. He's on the
yep.
Green Bay Evening News.
No, I'm not.
He's on the whatever soap opera that's shot in Green Bay.
Nope.
You'll see him there with his little white shirt and tie on. He's Green Bay all day. Then he gets on our show and try to act like he's a part of the nation.
No,
he is not a part of the nation. When you see Joe walking around Las Vegas, make sure you remind him that he is not a part of Raider Nation.
Well, the black hole disagrees.
Thank you. No, they deal with you because of me, man. It is
I
what
know
it is.
someone
It's like,
before you.
like a lot of folks. They go, oh, you the one oh, yeah, you TQ homeboy. All right, come on in.
Gee, that's a lie.
Yeah.
College football season is set to kick off Saturday. UNLV hosts Bryant College at 1 p.m. at the Death Star. It's the first home game for head coach Barry Odom, offensive coordinator Brendan Marion, and defensive coordinator Mike Shear. All right, man, UNLV. I'm excited about this year. Talked to a couple people, talked to a couple players, couple coaches. They got high expectations.
You was excited last year.
I was, and they
You
got
was
off to a great
excited the
start.
year before that. And you was excited the year
I
before
wasn't
that.
excited COVID year, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, you was excited the year before that also.
COVID year I was not.
Well,
That was COVID.
Yeah, okay, well, skip
Tony's
that.
year, Tony's final year, yeah, because I thought
You're
Tony.
always excited about UNLV football.
So what?
Always.
So what? Someone
That's
has to
you.
be.
That doesn't mean anything. What's going to happen on the field? And I'm not talking about against Bryant College, wherever that is.
It's back east somewhere. I think Massachusetts.
What's going to happen on the field, man? What's going to, and I've heard Mia gloss over how good they look compared to previous years. I hear you do it every year, so I don't listen to you. I did some other talking at a couple of bars, a couple of in-the-know people about the program. They seem to feel good about it. Listen, I've said it before. I've been traumatized by too many of my teams, and I'm just not going to allow UNLV to do this to me. Okay?
So
last year, I was gassed up. I was pumped. They came out winning. People started coming to the damn Death Star. It was actually people in the stands. It felt great. My guy, all hail Dougie B, was slinging the ball all around. Got a great shot of the man upside down with like a broken neck, some weird loop. Don't try that at home.
Scorpion.
Yeah, whatever it was. I was pumped. Felt great. Then what happens? They lose everything. Lose the coach. Lose it all. Just
Doug got hurt. A lot of injuries happened.
come on, man. It's
No.
hard on me, bro.
Okay,
It's hard on
so
me.
I've said this on the Hey Red podcast, and I'll say it here, and I've said it publicly. UNLV is going to be as good as Doug takes them initially. If Doug is healthy, they're in good shape.
Why wouldn't he be? Has he got some nagging injuries?
No.
or something?
I'm just
Everything
saying, like
fine? Just saying, if
the last couple years, you
Right.
gotta go by history. Doug has gotten hurt, and when Doug has gotten hurt, the team hasn't responded well. Albeit last year, HB came in and played well against UNR and beat them, and Cam came in the one year, I believe it was, it was Justin. He came in, Rogers, and he came in against San Diego State and torched them in a close game. And Cam came in a couple games. So, I mean, there's moments, but Doug is the straw that stirs the drink.
He is.
I think we can tell what type of year it's going to be after the Vanderbilt game at home, week 3. If UNLV is playing a bunch of their third stringers because the 1s and 2s are hurt, it's probably going to be a long year. Yeah. But if they're still running with the 2s out there and more 1s and 2s than 3s, they got a chance to go really deep in the Mountain West where they, I believe, have the best quarterback in the conference. And I think the new defensive scheme is brilliant by Mike Shear and Barry Odom.
Speak on it. Why?
Because if you looked at the depth chart that came out, they said Jere Williams is a linebacker.
A what?
They're running a three safety scheme. Jere is in the slot as basically a nickel back, but he's going to be Jere and do what Jere does, which is create havoc all over the field.
He's got a license to do that?
He's got beyond the license. He's concealed and carry, baby.
Cool.
So
sounds good.
So you look at the D line, deep. They're gonna rotate Darius Johnson, Naki. They got my guy from LSU, who's gonna be.
They got 7. They got 9. How many they got? Getting PT.
I think they're about 2.5 deep on the D line. I think edge rushing wise, they're about 4, maybe 5. Some guys got to come back from injuries though. Like I know there's a lot of talk about Brennan Scott. He's coming off an ACL. He's not going to be the player he was prior to the injury early on. Temper your enthusiasm for Brennan. Yeah, let him get back to where he is. Let it be a progress.
Takes a while.
It does. And anything other than that is just you're just selling fool's gold, and you're throwing something against the wall and hope it sticks. Yeah. The receiving core, this is the fastest UNLV team I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes. I'll tell you, they have a running back named Jet. First of all, Lester, as one running back, is a little shorter version of Aiden Robbins, a little more compact, but faster. Okay. Courtney Reese is tailor-made for the go-go offense, but Jet is that guy. He's the freshman running back that's going to make you go, oh.
Really?
Yeah.
You running back kicks?
He might be. They didn't announce who's running back kicks and punch yet. They also have Vincent Davis, VD, who's a Pitt transfer, another one, fast and does everything well.
So with this Pitt thing, man?
Brennan was at Pitt.
Okay.
He was there when Jordan Addison was there. He helped him win the Bolitnikoff.
Got it.
And, so that's the deal with that. So that's why there's a Pitt connection. The running back, Lester's from William & Mary. Brennan was the OC there as well. Knows the offense. So there's a lot of ties. Receiving wise, Ricky White, Seneca McKee, we know him from last year.
Yes.
Ricky looks like he's in phenomenal shape, and he's
good.
Really
they should make
well.
a jump.
Yes, and then you look at DeJesus, little short slot receiver, can do some things. Their tight end group is good. The O-line group is much improved.
How they picking up the offense? It's a big change from what they used to run.
180. And I think they all have a very, very good grasp of the offense and what it can do and what it should do.
Good.
So
wins and losses. Come on, give us the nitty gritty.
Healthy.
Don't say it with your heart.
Healthy.
Say it with your chest.
9 wins.
9 wins.
9 wins. They go bowling, and it could be more depending on health.
Where do they place in the Mountain West?
I think they're going to be competing potentially for the Mountain West title.
Y'all hear this?
I believe this in my heart.
All right, we're going to see. I'm not going to get pumped up. I'm not going to let you pump me up.
But here's the thing.
I'm not going to let you pump me up.
I will say this. Las Vegas needs to show up.
Absolutely.
They got to turn this into a home field advantage.
Absolutely. Come on, man.
When you go to other colleges, you see the whole stadium filled. Well, the lower bowl needs to be filled first.
Yes. Come on, y'all. It's not an expensive ticket. It's one of the best venues in America. Take the family out. It's the first game of the year. Let's pack this place out and let's continue to pack it all season. Let's continue to pack it all season. Look, it doesn't matter. This is our state university. This is our home team. Let's show them some love, man. Come on now. Let's do them just like, look, we was asking y'all this about the Aces a couple of years ago. Remember that?
Yeah, no.
Look at that place now. And I know what the answer will be. Well, the Aces win. The Aces win. Look, the team needs you.
You got to crawl before you walk.
Exactly. And these aren't pros. These are young men trying to get to the next level, trying to entertain y'all. Show up for them. If nothing else, you're going to have a great time in Allegiant Stadium.
Name to watch, Jackson Turner.
Who's that?
Safety, came in from Arizona, led the Wildcats in tackles last year.
Okay.
He's a dude.
He's a dog?
He is a dude.
What kind of dog? Sean Taylor type dog?
He's a rare breed. High school football back in the Valley. Big game national implications this week.
Yes, it's getting real.
Miami Central, number 5 team in the country, heads on up to Gorman to take on the Gales.
Yes, sir.
Man, we're talking about one of the best games on the docket.
Yeah.
We're there. We'll be there.
For sure.
Bishop Gorman, over 122 points in 2 games. Put 60 on Long Beach Poly last week.
Par for the course.
Love it.
I mean, listen, Florida football, man, it's just a different animal. It's all they do. They do it year round. They do not stop. It is, I mean, you can see a lot of what Bishop Gorman does within their football year and in the off season comes from down there. They do a lot of that down there and have been doing this since way back in the day. I expect that team to come in fast. I expect that team to come in hungry and really wanting to beat all the glitz and glamour that is Bishop Gorman. So this could be a tough one.
So on Twitter, go to ANTT702. On Tuesday night or Monday night, he tweeted out the Miami Central head coach talking ahead about Gorman to his team.
Oh, yeah?
Saying that he's been waiting for this since September of 2021.
Wow.
So it's not the same head coach. He was the D coordinator there when it happened.
Okay.
But they're still, a little butthurt that the Gales beat them. But I got a little breaking news that I haven't shared with nobody yet. It's right here only on the franchise podcast.
Breaking news from
All-
Joe Arrigo.
All of the Gorman transfers have been cleared to play.
Oh, well, nice work.
And there's,
Clap it up.
but not just from the varsity level, from the freshman level up, and it's going on across the valley now. The NIAA has started getting some heat from coaches publicly.
Good.
Ant put some heat on them as well.
Good.
And it looked like they caved and just finally said, okay, we're going to clear the kids.
Was there a reason? What was the reason?
They don't want to do it in the offseason, so they do wait until
Why
whenever.
not?
No, you know what I think it is, if I'm being all the way transparent?
what?
I think, for instance, let's say they clear somebody at halftime, game 3. It's basically a 2-game suspension that you can't play, so they wait till halftime to do it.
Whoa.
That's the punishment for transferring.
Oh, as a punishment.
Yes,
Okay,
I
guess
think that's what it is. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I mean,
very
but
NIAA-ish.
yeah, well,
Good.
but that's not the only good game in the Valley.
No, it's
So-
a slate of them.
At Liberty High School, starting at 4 o'clock, St. Louis, Hawaii, which played a very good game against Liberty on Saturday night, one of the best games of the year early on.
Yeah.
And they lost. And I'll get into that in just a minute. They take on DP at 4 o'clock. And then following that game, Campbell High School in Hawaii takes on Liberty.
So we camping out at Liberty this week?
We have 2 cameramen at Liberty this week for
Nice.
back-to-back games.
Nice.
But, man, I got to tell you about Jaden Robertson, Liberty High School athlete. Now, Jay is this year's Donovan Pilat.
Wait, what? Wait. Hold on, what? You saying, wait a minute. Almost sacrilegious here what you're saying right now. What do you mean this year's Donovan Pilat, man? That's the best player we've seen out here for 4 years straight. Even adding in Zach.
Wide receiver, corner, kick and punt return. Against St. Louis last week, 7 catches, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Whew.
He was bought out against John Bosco down in L.A. in Bellflower the week before, number 3 team in the country. Jay made 3 of the dopest catches I've seen this year.
In this past game?
This past game, he had 2 one-handed catches. One of them was like a pirouette in the air right in front of me, which led to the touchdown. That was the touchdown that put him ahead in late in the fourth quarter. The other was early in the third quarter, running a go route, gets out his break, stacks the DB. The ball is thrown and starts to fade over him. He dives, catches it, and when he catches it, he outstretches his arms, hits the pylon.
Oh my! For the score?
No, they marked him down at the half-yard line. Bad call by the official. But it was one of the best catches. Jaden Roberson, I think he's the best player in the city, or the best athlete in the city right now. Not best player, best athlete playing football right now in the city.
Who's the best player?
Man, look, Elijah Lofton is the number 1 tight end in the country. You got Micah Apana. You got Micah Alijado's the Gatorade Player of the Year. I mean, how do you go against Micah? So you got
definitely a Gale, huh?
Yeah, it's probably more 9 times out of 10. And so, guys, if you get a chance this Friday, you have Bishop Gorman at Miami Central. Starts at 7 o'clock at Bishop Gorman. That's a great game to go check out. Or if you want to, get more bang for your buck, go to Liberty 4 p.m. Catch the St. Louis versus DP game, and then turn around and catch Liberty take on Campbell High School in the Island Football Classic. Or what you can do, if you really want to be smart, turn to Channel 3, 11:30 p.m. Sunday nights for the high school football sports wrap-up with Brian Salmon, where you see the franchise highlights.
Yes, indeed. Listen, man, it's week 3 here, and I haven't shot a high school football game.
Yeah, you're slacking.
I apologize. First week, it was God himself decided that we wasn't going to do it because of the weather. Last week, I had some prior engagements I had to take care of. But I'm back. I'm here. I'm going to have a big lens, and it's on. Because I would have got one of them catches last week you're talking about, for sure.
Well, I'm going to have a prior engagement soon.
No, you're not.
Hey, you brought up the wrath of God right now. And there's something going on down south with another hurricane. Now, we had to deal with our hurricane a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But now there's another one. And, like, we talked about this that night, coming back from Green Valley High School.
Yeah.
You were like, man, because I said, like, how my grandmother would say, oh, we're living in the end times. And Trish is like, yeah, like, I mean, that's just what our conversation. And you're like, well, haven't y'all heard about global warming? Like, I didn't hear about it till Al Gore was talking about it, and you said at your school, you guys got to study marine biology.
Yeah, we did, man. We did. Listen. Now, let me just give some little props to my school,
Here he goes. Mr. Private School.
Check this out. Sarah High
Papa
School,
Doc.
Gardena, California. None of this bothers me. Gardena, California, one of the finest educational institutions in Southern California. And yes, we did have marine biology. Yes, we did study oceanography. Yes, we did a lot of these things. And I am not surprised at what's going on right now around the world with just this ridiculous heat, man. Listen, the oceans are heating up. The glaciers are melting, right? And it's throwing everything off. So before I even go deep into this, I want to say to everybody in Florida on the Gulf Coast, like, just please be vigilant. Yes. Please take all the necessary precautions. I know I don't have to tell y'all, like, they used to this.
Right.
But the thing is, man, these hurricanes and these storms are just getting worse and worse and worse. It's just like you said, we just had one out here. And I mean, that's because the Pacific Ocean is normally cold, but as time goes by, it's warming up, and it's just making these storms so much worse. I think I said a while back, man, I did some vacationing this summer, went snorkeling in places where I always go, and it's not as many fish. The coral reefs and all of it doesn't have the color that it used to have. I'm comparing pictures that I've taken years back and that I took last summer, and it's kind of like, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. All of these wildfires and all of the rest of this stuff going on. I personally believe that it's really too late for us to do anything about it. I feel like we've been hearing how bad this was from the science community for the last 20, 30 years.
But have we? I mean, you heard it because and we figured it out. We kind of came to the conclusion that because you went to a private school,
right? And
I love Sarah, and you know that we have a bunch of friends that went there as well.
Yeah.
I went to a public school. We went whale watching off Dana Point. That was our oceanography.
And that's a cool trip. That's a cool trip. Don't just
We didn't go
on it.
snorkeling in high school. What the hell? Like, I mean,
Listen, man, it was a marine biology class, and that wasn't even high school. That was 7th grade, to be honest.
Oh,
So I'm just saying. But nah, look, here's the thing. I think the problem is that it's been so highly politicized.
right.
And this is not a political subject. This is a subject about life here on Earth, which is going to get progressively harder for us as this situation continues. As the weather gets more and more out of control, you're going to see things that we're just not used to seeing. Like, we had a real tornado warning in Los Angeles a week ago.
Yeah.
Like, that hasn't happened in my lifetime. So, it's just, and what I worry about is, I got a lot of family down on the Gulf Coast. And because hurricanes is something we've been dealing with our whole lives, right? They don't worry about it as much. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like these storms are going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. So it's not about thinking about the storms that happened 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, because this new batch is something else. You know how we talk about whatever in Vegas is going to be the worst version of it?
Oh, yeah.
So if you see a bird, or you see a lizard, you see a snake, you see a dog, the worst version of it is going to be here. These storms, man, we're going to start seeing the worst versions of them. And like, it just, when you hear about this and you read about this and you have to do book reports and all of this other stuff, when you're a kid and you're like, oh, why am I doing this? This ain't gonna happen. Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff that I was able to see when I was young, thank God, I see it now. And it has zero to do with being a Republican or Democrat. It has zero to do with if you like Ron DeSantis or Trump or whoever else. And none of that matters. What matters is the human race is gonna see some big changes in our habitat, and we have to figure out a way to get ready for it. I don't necessarily know what that way is, but the one thing we don't want to do is take it lightly. So like I said, everybody down in Florida, get ready. I think you're about to start seeing what I'm not talking about.
No, because you said don't take it lightly. You said we used to changes, and I first thing I thought of, I'm gonna make a change.
Oh, look, man, can you be serious for a second, please?
I know this. I'm sorry.
Good Lord, man. Anyway, we praying for Florida. We hope that this one ain't as bad as it could be. It just when these storms get into that Gulf, man, it's really warm water. And look it up, because this is very interesting. If you don't know anything about these hurricanes or about global warming or the effects of the ocean rising and the ocean getting warmer than what it is, check it out. It's a very interesting read, and we should be in the know about this anyway. But it's something that's going to continue to happen. We're going to pray for Florida. We hope everybody makes it out of it okay. And you guys do your due diligence.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that's it for this week's show. We'll be back next week talking more stuff. I'm going to plug something real quick.
Plug it up.
I wrote an article on Mike Tyson and what he meant to Generation
Oh, you're going to
X.
plug yourself.
I am. I'm very proud of this article.
Known.
I'm very proud of this article because I spent a lot of time on it.
Yes, all right.
So go ahead and read how Mike Tyson reinvented himself coming from where he came from. It's on franchisesportsmedia.com. Don't forget to check out our show every Wednesday right here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms at TheFranchiseLV. And I will see you on the field this week.
Yep.
Cause your girls are still pretty in fashionable dresses. You know what I'm talking about. But ignorance is bliss. You ain't gotta give a damn about no code. Uh-oh.
Tell me